Hi everyone, welcome back to Reseller Rowboat. In this video, I'm going to share with you a secret of how I still make money even when I'm out of inventory. Let's launch this Reseller Rowboat. Hi everyone, I've talked about this in the past, about how I take inventory in a totally new way. I even demonstrated it on my last live working hangout, which you can find in my live hangout playlist. But today I'm going to show you the results of taking that inventory in this special way. I take inventory for several reasons. Number one, I want to make sure that everything in my inventory boxes is listed on eBay and or Poshmark. I also want to make sure that anything that's missing from those boxes is no longer listed. I also want to work on listings that have been listed for a long time, considered stale. I want to up my game, move my title around, change one photo, make sure that in item specifics I have a solid color instead of the word multicolor. I also want to add AI in the descriptions. I also want to add my blurb that the item has been cleaned. And I also want to check the price because, hey, comps change. Also, if items are sizes extra small to large, I mark them down because I'm trying to get them out of my store. So you see, taking inventory serves lots of purposes for me. But what I didn't realize would happen is not long after I take inventory and sell similar on these items and let them go live, the items start selling. I was absolutely amazed, and I'm still convinced that that's why my store took off in January of 2024 after having tanked in July of 2023. So to prove my point, I'm going to show you some items that sold this month. I'm going to tell you what date they were listed, and then I'm going to tell you what date they sold. Some of these items have been around for a very long time. I started inventory my straight leg section the first week of July. Today is July 19th, so you will see how quickly these items are selling. I had approximately 230 straight leg jeans in my store. I took them down. At any one time, I have about 41 to 4,300 items listed in my store. So 230 items out of 41 to 4,300 items is a very small percentage of my store. And yet I've already sold so many of them this month. And surprisingly, even a few on Poshmark. So let's go over to my PC screen so I can share with you these amazing sales. Before I continue, I wanted to thank my new subscribers. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Be sure you hit the like button, leave me a comment, introduce yourself. I'd like to know who you are and where you found me. All right. Another reason I forgot to tell you that I sometimes take inventory, even when I do have items that I can list, is instead of sourcing 4 times a month, every Monday, sometimes I want to save myself some money and only source twice a month. So I have more money left over in my bank account at the end of the month. So that's another good reason to take inventory. I've even thought at one point to just stop buying altogether for 1 month, no sourcing, and see how that goes. Because I'm trying to shrink my store. I have a very small area to store my items in, and I'd like to get some of these boxes emptied. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with today's sales. Today's July 19th. This pair of Bandolino straight leg jeans sold for $20.02. They were listed in June of 2023. And if you go down here to the bottom, you can see December 2023. I don't know if I think I said June. I didn't mean to. All right, so the SKU number for that item, is straight leg 6. So that would have been one of the first items that I listed the first week of July. So 19 days approximately, probably less than that because I started in the middle of the week. So let's say 2 weeks to sell this pair of jeans that's been sitting around since December. Next, we have a pair of Liz Lang maternity women's jeans. They sold today for $19.69. They were listed way back in September. And the SKU number on that one, let's just see how far that one was, 116, and I only had 230. So these were probably listed last week. I did quite a few this week because I didn't have any inventory to list at all. Next, we have this pair of Lands' End jeans, and they sold for $24.89. They sold today. However, these were listed this month. These were purchased this month, and they were listed this month. So this was a brand new listing. Next, we have a pair of Chico's jeans, size 4. Been trying to get rid of them. They're too small. Sold for $24.22. They were listed back in August of 2022. Let me go ahead and look at that SKU number. That was straight leg number 188. So again, this pair of jeans was probably listed last week because by then I was in the 100s. Old Navy Rockstar jeans, size 16, sold for $20.39. They have been listed since February of 2022. Again, let's go down. I'm going to just do this for one more. The SKU was 150. So again, these were probably sold similar on these last week. Alright, I'm going to show the rest of them to you. This pair of Rocawear jeans sold for $16.66. They are size 14. Unfortunately, they are coming back. The buyer feels that these are children's jeans, and she may be right because when I look at the measurements, the waist is about 26, I believe. So she's probably right. So I'm taking those back. They were listed in February of 2022. They sold on July 12th. Next, we have a pair of Lands' End pants, size 16 tall. They were listed in February of 2024. They sold for $28.42, and they sold on July 10th. So these were not listed long at all. Another pair of Liz Lang Target maternity jeans. They sold for $19.58. They were listed back in June of 2024. They sold on July 11th. Pair of Catherine's women's jeans, size 30 WP. They were listed in December of 2023. They sold for $25.89, and these also sold on July 11th. Now, surprisingly, I sold a couple of pairs of jeans on Poshmark. And they're straight leg. Alright. And I do look these up on Poshmark to make sure I have them when I inventory. However, I do not sell similar on them. I do not relist them. But I do have a program called Posh Sidekick that I have set every 30 days. It ends my listings and it relists them as new listings. I'm also going to tell you something that a lot of people believe. Some people don't. It may sound kind of silly. I've always called it reseller voodoo. I find that sometimes if I put my hands on a product that hasn't sold for a long time, it sells. In fact, about 3 years ago, I had a series I called Reseller Voodoo. I no longer have those videos up, but if anybody wants to see them, I could probably find them and make them public. And what I did in those 3 videos is I videotaped myself touching hard goods in my inventory room, putting them on the video, and then the next week I filmed the ones that I had touched that had sold. It's absolutely amazing. That idea came to me because one time I had a mug that was sitting on my wife's desk that I had listed for a long time. And I walked by her desk, it had pencils in it, and I thought, wow, I haven't seen this in a long time. I forgot it was even there. I picked it up, I took the pencils out of it, I cleaned it up, and put it where it was supposed to go. And the very next day, that mug sold. By then I was hooked, and that's when I started making Reseller Voodoo videos. So, believe it or not, if you want, sometimes I think it really does work. This J. Jill pair of jeans, 10 crop,
was listed in December of 2023. They sell for $17 plus shipping, and they sold on July 4th. Jones New York pants size 20W crop. They were listed back in June of 2024. They sold for $17 plus shipping on Poshmark, and they sold on July 3rd. In my most recent sale, this pair of motherhood maternity pants sold for $17 plus shipping. They were listed back in August of 2023, and they sold on July 18th, yesterday.
So have I convinced you yet? Is this way of taking inventory something you might be thinking about? I hope so. It's really helped me. It's given me so much peace of mind because I make sure that all of my items are still listed, or if I don't have them, they are no longer listed. I'm also making space in my inventory room by not going and sourcing so often. And when I'm out of inventory, like this week, I don't panic. I just run things back through. Again, if you want to see how I did this, you can look at my last live stream. And also, if you would like a referral code to Posh Sidekick, I'm going to put it on the screen right now. You have two choices. You can get a 7-day free trial, or if you have a current cross-listing program, if you send them your latest receipt, you can get a 30-day free trial. I hope that all of you are having a wonderful week in sales, and I hope to see you on my next live stream. Until then, keep paddling. We're all in this business boat together.